Comets tonight. They're going to have a coin toss. Daniel New, the official, will be administering the coin toss. We'll give you the results of that here in just a moment. This is going to be a dandy tonight. All school reunion weekend. So there's going to be a lot of graduates, the alumni come back to support the Dragons tonight. Getting to see some old friends on the way into the stadium tonight and have a chance to visit all weekend long as it's all school reunion weekend. Velma Alma Comets win the toss and defer till the second half. The Dragons will receive to start the ball game. They'll have the ball to start it. As we get started on the offensive side, the Dewar Dragons are going to be led by quarterback Peyton Kilhofer. Running back tonight will be the workhorse himself, Nevin Corbin. And then we'll see Christian Cargola as one of the outs. We'll also have one of the out receivers will be Kiki Berry, number 2, along with Ben Atigwe. And then the big story is going to be how the line of Dewar faces the line of its two of the best defensive lines and offensive lines going at each other tonight in the state of Oklahoma. Big Cade Henderson will have his hands full tonight with Aiden Torres, number 40, who plays nose guard and center. And we'll have tonight, the concern for the Dragons is Dom Celestine will be playing sparingly on both sides of the ball. We may see him a series or two at the left guard position and at his linebacker spot. But tonight we're going to see a lot of young freshmen playing at the linebacker core tonight with Traden Doty along with Wesley Sanford, as the Dragons are going to try to next man, as we always say, and they're going to get some playing time in a big ball game. But this is the one you want to look at. This has no effect on the. Here come the Dragons on the field. As they're ranked number 2 in the state, and this is like a playoff game. We're in different sides of the bracket as Class B goes, so this is just one of those tune-up games you have before we return to district play next week against the Weber Falls Warriors. And it's going to be this is going to be a great ball game. Velma Alma has brought a good crowd tonight. They're still pouring into the stadium, and the Dragons side is full. There are people in lawn chairs on both sides. It's going to be a great night of football. About 89 degrees at kickoff, and with the humidity and all the things factored in, cramps could be a factor tonight. But the Dragons will have their hands full with a great defense that they'll have to face tonight. And at nose guard, Aiden Torres, number 40. The ends are Cordell Godwin and Cooper Perriman. Linebackers, Talon Quick and Mikey Griffith will be their linebackers. And then at their different sets that they have with what the Dragons do and what they do, we'll see number 8, Langston Walker, number 3, Aaron Torres for the Comets. And at safety, we'll see Isaac Camarillo. And Mikey Griffith sometimes plays the safety in different looks that they have. Slade Strickland, number 10, is a stud. And Connor Akers will be seeing some playing time as well for Velma Alma. On the offensive side of the ball, Talon Quick will be the quarterback. And then they have a big two-way threat with Slade Strickland. And then a wide receiver, Langston Walker, along with Jace Riley and Riker Sanner, will be doing a lot of the chores there. We'll also see probably the Langston Walker is probably the best overall athlete they have. But they are big, they are tough, but the Dragons too are going to match them for size. And I think tempo is going to be a big thing tonight because the Dragons go no huddle, and theirs is a true no huddle. We will see tonight with probably a more methodical triple threat option as they RPO with their run pass option. A lot of veers, a lot of option, and then a lot of quick out passes and some jet motion tonight, so we'll have to watch those things. Dragons play up tempo. They like to use the full 25 to 40 seconds before they run a play. They'll check plays, but they're well coached and well versed, and this is one that everybody's been wanting to see, and this is going to be a contest and a half. We're just a moment away from the opening kickoff as we see for the opening kickoff. The Comets will kick, and they will defend the west goal. The Dragons will receive. And they will be defending the East goal tonight. Landon Richardson to kick for the Comets. A bunch of good, quick athletes. They're decked out in their white unis tonight. The Dragons all in black. A little kick comes taken. A little dance finding some room and dances around and not much there. So the return there for the Dragons was by Faulkner. He gets this good field position as we'll start on the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Peyton Kilhofer, the freshman at quarterback. Right there beside him in the running back position will be Nevin Corbin, number 9. We have Barry at the bottom and Cargol at the bottom and Barry at the top. Checking the deal, waiting for a signal from the sideline as Coach Turley ring it in. And a little free front up front. Kilhofer keeps it, finds some running room, and he's hit and met immediately there. A fine tackle there. Camarillo on the tackle as he come up quickly from that position. But a nice pickup there by Pepe, but he said hello to my little friend. Pick up a 4-second and 6 for the Dragons. Peyton looks, finds a man. It's Cargola in and out of the hands at the 40-yard line. In on the coverage there was Riker Sanner for the Comets, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 7. So we're trying to get the pace of the game, and that kind of slows up the progress of things. And you have an incompletion. We'll go to the next play and see what we can do. Kilhofer keeps it, finds running room, breaks the tackle and lunges forward. He's going to be close, but I don't think he's going to have enough. Camarillo wants on the tackle. They're playing downhill here tonight, along with Riker Sanner on the tackle. So it's going to be 4th and a short 1. This will be the deal where he might use the cadence if he can jump in. He's going under for the first time this year. We don't see that very often in the Dragon set. They give this time to Nev Dog Corbin. He's a workhorse and he keeps his feet churning. And he's met by a host. Broderick Sprigner, along with Riker Sanner on the stop. And that's enough for a Dewar Dragon first down as they move the sticks. 1st and 10 for the Dragons. Just the other's the east side of the 45-yard line. So we'll call it the 44. 1st and 10 Dragons. Kilhofer on the keeper. Finds running room, keeps going. Churning those feet. The big freshman keeps going. That's enough for a first down and more. He holds on to that ball. So the Dragons will be in business from the 39-yard line. 1st and 10. A great play there and a great running as they're going to take what they can give on the option here. He hasn't given it to Corbin much. He's kept it himself. Once again, he fakes it, keeps the ball himself, and turns and runs. And he lunges forward. Depends where they mark the ball. To the 36. Pick up a 4-second down, 6 for the Dragons. Kilhofer barks signals. Gives this time to Nev Dog Corbin. He finds running room. Keeps those legs turning. He's got one man to beat. He drags him down. A fine tackle there on the stop right there was Camarillo. Isaac Camarillo come up and stop a game-saving tackle, but the Dragons are in business inside the 10-yard line, inside that red zone. And we're looking at 1st and goal from about the 6-yard line. 1st and goal. We have a flag on the play. Nobody was set. Dragons got a little eager there. I think Peyton got a little excited there as he didn't wait for his guys to get set and those things. And Daniel knew with the flag, and it'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Dragons, and they'll do it over again. 9:47 to go, first drive for the Dragons. Clock is a running. Kilhoffer at quarterback. Offset to him in the backfield is Nevin Corbin. Looks to pass, launches a throw over intended for Christian Cargola. Goes incomplete. He thinks he was interfered with. I couldn't see it from up here. But we'll replay the down. No, it'll be second down and 12 after the penalty. So I guess we were originally on the 7-yard line instead of the 6. See what Coach Shirley wants to dial up here. He and Coach Powell standing there right at the 30-yard line. Give to Nev Dog Corbin this time. Stiff arm. He's going to work and steam his way in. Waiting on the signal. Knocked out just short of the goal line. It's going to bring up 3rd and inches for the Dragons. Nev Dog giving the old stiff arm, and he tried to make the lunge in to get the ball over the pylon and didn't quite make it. Stepped out of bounds. We'll go here, 3rd down and 3rd and goal. Kilhoffer on the keeper. Touchdown Dragons. The Dragons are on the board with 9:29 to go here in the first period. The Dragons up 6-0. They took it and marched the ball on their first drive against the Comet defense. This could be a dandy tonight here in Dewar for an alumni all alumni weekend. The 2-point conversions are so important. Dragons again. Kilhoffer wants to do the rollout. Hits the man. Hits Kiki Berry with the 2-point conversion. Just that easy, just that quick. The Dragons are up 8-0 on the Comets. We'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football after this. We're back to action here as Jacob Payton getting ready to toe the ball for our first kickoff of the ball game tonight as Dragons will be on defense. Be interesting to see how we play this. Are we going to try to keep it out of their athletes' hands? We're going to try to pooch. I look at them. They got their hands team in. They're expecting something right here. They're going to honor the Dragons and what they do because they know they could do the onside surprise without just going and kicking it. Now they march to their positions and slide over. Ball goes out of bounds. So the Dragons didn't quite go the distance, and they recovered it right there at midfield. So the onside kick did not work. It'll be the first time we get to see them as Slade Strickland will be doing the quarterbacking. Talon Quick in the backfield with him. Sends a man in motion. Number 8, Langston Walker. We have flags on the play. And apparently we had motion of false start against. So it'll be first down and 15 for the Comets as they get a penalty on this drive to start things off. We're waiting for the lights, and I actually had the key to the lights, so Kerry Bean's going to go turn the lights on here. Just going to quick pass out in the flat. One man to beat, and he does, unless we can get over there, and he slips and trips and falls down. But the pass was complete right outside to Jace Riley, and that was a nice gain for them as they got back the 5 yards they lost in the penalty and then some. They're on the move now in their first drive. Strickland, the quarterback. This time is the give. The give to Talon Quick, and there's nothing there. He's hitting met there by Isaac Powell, along with Cade Henderson. It's on there. It's next to the big key. Takes the handoff this time to Quick. Quick finds some room in there. Ben Atigwe. And along with Doty on the tackle. But they pick up yardage there, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. 3rd down, 4. They've got receivers, twins to the top. They have Camarillo down here close to us on the bottom. Langston Walker, and twins to the top. Plenty of time. Looking, he's set and met. Nevin Corbin, the linebacker, sniffed that one out and throws him for a loss. It's going to bring up 4th down and 11. 4th down 11 as we found something there that we could get the defense, and Coach probably called a stunt there, and it was a good blitz there. He read that one well, giving the Dragons good defensive position. 4th down and 11. Quick in the backfield with Strickland. Twins to the right side, one in the slot and one at the top. A little spread. He's got time. Coming from behind is Cade Henderson, and he is hurried as he throws on the run. It goes incomplete, and the Dragons have held on this first series. We'll get the ball back with 7:28 to go here in the first period. The Dragons up 8-0, and they're smelling the blood. And the lights are starting to come on. It's a large crowd tonight as they keep trickling in. The stands are filling here, and they're sitting in lawn chairs all the way around this facility here at Dr. Ted Lewis Stadium. This is playoff atmosphere in Dragon football. Number 2 versus number 4 tonight, and it's a non-district game, so we could see them again. The only time we'd see them would be in the state finals. Kilhofer at quarterback. Corbin with him. He wants to pass, takes a look and throws. Got a man down there just out of the reach of Kiki Berry. Fine coverage over there by Jace Riley for the Comets. Going stride for stride with him, goes incomplete. Dragons will be 2nd and 10. Taking a look here, and they're slowing down as Coach Turley calls the play. Peyton takes the snap, looks to run, keeps it, sticks his foot in the ground and goes forward, and he lunges forward. Depending on the spot, that could be enough for a Dewar Dragon first down. We'll wait until we see what Daniel New and his crew says, but that's enough for a Dewar Dragon first down. It's 7-18. We are in business with a 1st and 10 after an incompletion. Come back with the quarterback keeper. That option, he gives it this time to Corbin, and he's come up and met in a hurry there by number 20. Sprigner on the tackle. Defensive end playing some tonight, and he got in to squeeze that. They're running the Blackjack 3-3. Shaded. Gives time to Nev Dog Corbin. He gets a stiff arm, gets loose, and is tackled and brought down as he slips. But not until he gets a Dewar Dragon first down. He picked up about 12 on the carry, and the Dragons are on the move with 6:38 to go here. And there, once again, I said the tempo is a little different than what Velma runs. But they both do the RPO about as well as anybody, run pass option. They're going to do the veers and a lot of things like that. We're reading the option, giving Pepe the option to hand it off or keep it himself. Gives it this time to Corbin. And he makes a move, makes a miss, and turning those big thighs of his and leans forward. Nice pick up there. Pick up of 8, 2nd down and 2 for the Dragons. We're on the march at 6 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in the first quarter and looking for more. Kilhofer keeps it this time, and he's hit and met immediately right there as the tight end, as the defensive ends crushed in on him, and Sprigner, the linebacker, come up and met him, along with Cooper Perriman. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 as we gain little on that play. We have movement. Looks like our left guard might have moved just a little bit there, Damian Smith. Bless his heart, but he's going to redo again as Coach Shirley says he doesn't get ruffled. We'll just go next run play. We'll got something called in the arsenal. But instead of 3rd and 3, we're looking at 3rd and 8 in our second possession here. Got Christian Cargola here at the bottom and Kiki at the top. Peyton rolls right, wants to look, throws, and it's complete to Christian Cargola. CC with a big catch right at the 20-yard line. And we're in the red zone, right at the red zone. That's enough for a Dewar Dragon first down as we're on the move right here tonight. I said we're inside the red zone. We're just near it. He actually called him out at about the 22-yard line, 1st and 10. Offset to the left is Corbin this time. Passes once again to Kiki Berry on the little quick out, and he gains some yards. They shove him out of bounds. He keeps those legs churning. So we completed another pass, and it's going to bring it up 2nd down and about 2 for the Dragons. Coach Stapp and Coach Powell signaling things in. Coach Bean's got to bark a few little orders over as they come in. He's got Christian. And in the slot this time's Kiki. They're together on this side. Check, check, check. They're going to call a new play here as we're running the no huddle as they signaled in, making sure everybody has it. Give to Nev Dog Corbin. He goes right up the middle, and he's hit immediately, but boy, he bounced off of it and bounced forward. That's enough for a Dewar Dragon first down. And boy, he was hit, but boy, got those legs a churning, and he reached out and got us some yardage. Ball right at the inside the 10, first and goal from the 10. Kilhofer on the keeper. He gets that big body of his going forward, leans with the lean, and we're down to about the 2 or 3 yard line. Second goal from the 1. Going to be sure down here as they look the signals over, as they're signaling, looking behind for the signals. They've moved it down to the 25-yard lines about as far as they can go. Sends Kiki in motion. Nev Dog dives into the end zone. Touchdown Dragons. 4:19 to go. A 1-yard plunge by the senior running back Nev Dog, Nevin Corbin, into the end zone. It's 14-0. 4:19 to go. And this is a dandy and Dewar. But I'm going to tell you, the Comets can strike quick. So this is long from over. But, boy, we just come out and did exactly what we needed to do. Go march right down the field, 2 drives. Had a couple of snafus here and there, but nothing bad. Going for the 2-point conversion, which are critical here. Rolls to the right again. Finds his man, Kiki Berry. And Keelan Berry with the 2-point conversion. And with 4:19 to go here at Dr. Ted Lewis Stadium on an all-school reunion weekend, it's all Dragons. 16-0 with 4:19 to go. We'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football on Dewar Dragon TV after this. We're back with more Dewar Dragon football. Jacob Payton once again lined up to kick it. I love our coaching staff because from Joey was talking earlier after the first series, he talked to him and then he gave him the headset so he could talk with Coach Ross and talk with Coach Kilhofer, his dad, upstairs. And then Joey coaches them and Marshall's down there doing their thing. Coach Turley had the linemen there and going over things. They're constantly coaching these young men. on all the aspects of the game. Hayden to kick the ball, goes the pooch kick right near the 30, goes out of bounds right at the 33-yard line, and they'll have their option of taking it on the 35 or taking it where it is, or a re-kick after marching us off 5 yards, but they're going to be content with the ball at the 33-yard line. To the 35-yard line. They'll take it at the 35. They'll be content with that for their second series with 4:19 to go. Let's hit the Dragon defense, and once again, Dom Celestine is going to play this series. They've got Dom in, the Dominator, at linebacker. He sees the man, hits his man, hit and brought down right there on the tackle, but a great play, a little catching on the slant there to Connor Akers, and that's enough for a Velma Alma Comet first down as they'll have the ball and they're on the march. Quick slant, we just couldn't quite get to the quarterback. And he kind of rolled to the left and he had an opening there and got it to him. Send a man in motion, going to hit him right out of the backfield, and he misses, makes a man miss and hit and brought down by Kiki Berry along with Christian Cargola on that side. But a nice pick up there by Akers. They used him out of the backfield in the swing pass, and they got him and let him use his athleticism. So they figured some things out they're going to try to attack with the run, with the pass, using the air game. They use their time. He makes a pass there and uses receiver. And that was Langston Walker with the reception, a pickup of about 5, so we'll call it 2nd and 5. Just a little pitch and catch and use your receivers, and then they use their athleticism. Strickland, I've been impressed. We've got 2 men in the backfield with him now. Kind of that pistol look. Quick toss here. There's a penalty flag down, and the running back was Talon Quick, but there's a penalty flag. And where we were at, they had big Cade Henderson, so I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't hook him and hold him a little bit. That'll be a hold against them as they did. They hooked big Cade Henderson. Cade is a man-child out there at our defensive end spot. And probably had to grab a jersey and got a little bit of cloth and got him a little running room, but they'll march him back, so it'll be make it second down about 15. Tosses to Quick this time. Quick wants to throw it, has a man wide open on the halfback pass. There's no one there. Touchdown Comets as they used Talon Quick with his arm as he finds Camarillo for the touchdown, and it's 16-6. And like I told you, this is 2 of the best teams in the state of Oklahoma. A little bit of chess game, so he went to the bag of tricks and used the halfback pass, and as they sucked in for the run, no one was back at the back, and they were wide open for a touchdown. So with 3:29 to go, the Comets get on the board as they go for 2. They're going to try to use the We're going to use Caden Lyle as in a Wildcat package and go for the 2. Now they send out another bunch out as they're going for the 2-point conversion as there was a penalty for motion. So it brings it back to the 10-yard line for a 2-point conversion. These 2 points are so big because if you can control that and keep getting your 2-point conversions, you can keep the margin out of a 2-score game, and those kind of things could be important at the end. Takes a man and throws it, and it's incomplete. So the Dragons, with 3:29 to go, are on top of this one by a score of 16-6 as the Comets used some trickery as they went to the halfback pass to score their first score in their second possession. So the Dragons will be looking to receive the ball and see what they do. And they've been known to onside kick and pooch and do some things. And again, in a game like this, sometimes a takeaway, a fumble, turnovers, and those kind of things are so costly. But we'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football after this. Well, we're waiting the kickoff as the Comets are getting ready to tow it. We're at the all-school reunion. It was good seeing some old friends. I looked around the crowd, and I got to see John and Mary Stevens Durbin, as they come in tonight, and got to visit them a little bit. Got to see Big Gary and Little Gary McGowan as they came in, and Carla Phillips Slape is at the ball game tonight, and I see Billy Bussey is here. I haven't seen Billy since he graduated in '73, but it's good to see some of those guys that I haven't seen in a while. As they try the onside kick that goes right there as we got the hands team out. And Benny Atigwe jumps on it right at the 45-yard line like a monkey on a cupcake, keeps the Dragons in first down position where they can have the ball. Once again, you've got to try those things. You get a takeaway, you can change momentum, you can do some things. The 2-point conversions could be key. So we just got to keep tally of that as we go. So we have won that battle by getting 2 scores or two-point conversions. They missed theirs. Advantage for us right there. Peyton Kilhofer, freshman quarterback, who's done a superb job this year, growing up as he goes on the fly. Back to pass. Finds Christian Cargola. He makes a man miss, and little CC takes it across midfield. He's brought down right at the 42-yard line. Well, we'll be in business. 43-yard line. 1st and 10 Dragons as they move the sticks again. And the Dragons on to hurry up, and they know more than set it. And here we go. And Peyton Kilhofer keeps it on the swab play up the middle as they swab the hole for him. Nice pick up there, and Dragons continue to run. They're trying to get the tempo picked up here, and they're now setting the ball, kind of slowing down our momentum there. Get that thing set and get over. Jake Stapp signaling in things along with Coach Powell. Coach Shirley walks on down to the line of scrimmage. We can see what's going on. Set back with Kilhofer tonight is Nev Dog Corbin. They send Barry in motion behind. This time his give is to Nevin Corbin, who jumps up in the air a little bit and lunges forward. Might have picked up a yard or a couple of yards there. 3rd down and 5 as he picked up a couple of yards there. Wasn't much there, but went ahead and got what he could get, and we'll wait to see what we're going to do. They signal in the play from the sideline, trying to get some momentum going. Peyton seems a little more relaxed tonight as we get into game 5 of the year. This time it's given Nev Dog Corbin, and Nevin kept his feet churning. He was hit immediately, brought up there by Langston Walker on the stop as he come flying up from one of those outside linebacker positions. Their linebackers are quick and nice tonight. So it's 4th down and 3. It's a good time to check a play, and they may see what they're going to go to and then check back to something else after the formation. Tried to bounce to get them going. We got and it was us that moved on the cadence count. I think once again one of our linemen was set and stood up when they were getting ready to move forward, but we weren't full and the officials weren't. So we'll take the 5-yard penalty. It's going to bring it up now to 4th down and 8. think I just got a pocket ring from Coach Bean. I didn't answer it. That was what you heard in the ringing background. Kilhoffer throws it, and his pass was intercepted. So interception by Kilhoffer. And they will have it there. So the Dragons stall out with 1:12 to go here in the first period. And normally teams like to go for the throat after a turnover. Let's see what they do here. They've got trips to the top of the screen. Wide receiver here, just a quarterback. A double threat option to scramble and roll. He's going to roll to the right. Gets the pass out to Talon Quick. And he's hit and brought down immediately there by the Dragons. Excuse me, that was Camarillo on the catch. They're going to stay with this set for a while. Well, just as soon as I say that, they shifted back to what they came out in. So they've got twins to the right, to the defense's right to the bottom of the screen. Strickland with the reception, keeps it himself. He's hit and met immediately right there by Dom Celestine. Dom steps up and makes the play, so it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. 3rd down 6 for the Comets with time running down on the clock. Strickland barking orders, trying to get people set. Going over to talk to his slot receiver. Stacked here. And that's the end of the first period. As the horn sounds, the Dragons 16, the Comets 6. This is a dandy and Dewar. We'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football after this. As we come back from the break, the Dragons will be defending the west goal line. And we go into the east on the offense. Dragons shift over a little bit on the set that they have. Offset the quarterback's going to keep it. Oh, they're trying to get the strip right there. As Nia Corbin tried to strip Strickland right there, but he's going to be short. It's going to be fourth and 1. Dragon defense needs to stiffen here on this one. They're going with their heavy package here. They're going to go to their Wildcat set here. Sprigner in the backfield takes the snap, and he's hit immediately. They're trying to strip him right there, but they've got him and holding on for dear life. Nowhere to go and nowhere to hide. Old CC was trying to pick him a pocket right there. We got a flag on the play. And it's against the Dragons. They called a 5-yard face mask penalty on that after we had him stuffed. So we shoot ourselves in the foot on this one defensively, but we'll go back to work on defense with 11:23 to go, up 16-6. Got him in man in motion. They hit him perfectly. Kiki Berry missed the tackle right there as we chase after him. Out of bounds at the 1 yard line as he stepped out. Connor Aker on the reception, using him out of the backfield so efficiently. Good athletes, and they're on the march. It's first and goal from the 3 yard line. As they said, he stepped out on the 3. Boy, it was a big play for the Comets. And what a costly penalty for us when we had a stop on 4th down. But we can't complain about that. We got a lot of football to play. Make adjustments. Strickland's going to use his athleticism. He uses the blind blocking up front. Behind Torres, right behind his center and guard, and touchdown for the Comets. It's 16-12. 2-point conversion on the way. See if they come out in the heavy package or what they had. They'll wait the 2-point conversion. Offset backs to both sides. On the option right there, and the Dragons stuff that one. Dom Celestine, along with Nia Corbin and a host of other Dragons. And the 2-point conversion fails. So with 11 minutes and 1 second remaining here at Dr. Ted Lewis Stadium, the Dragons 16, the Comets 12. We have a dandy in Dewar. We'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football after this. To be doing the kicking for the Comets, and once again you got to look for a takeaway, a turnover. Once again, that was your interception. We turned the ball over. You know, you could have kept the ball or whatever. We wouldn't have got the first down. You can say what you want. It might have been a benefit for us, but can't complain about what's happened. We just got to deal with what is. So we have to wait this, see what they do on the onside kick. And he boots it way deep over the head of Faulkner. And I believe we have a whistle. They're going to march them back. They were offsides. So they'll be kicking from the 35. Move everybody up a little bit. Squeeze to the hashes, gentlemen. Why I say that is I remember when we played in the 2020 state championship, the opening kickoff, we failed to tell our guys to squeeze the hashes. The hashes were 11-man at the field there at Northwestern. And it was just that narrow bit that we didn't squeeze in that Laverne was able to recover one. So I'm telling them to squeeze them tonight. Once again, Richardson to kick. He was going deep and then tried to get that to Faulkner. And it is off to Faulkner. He takes it. And he finds a man, sticks his foot in the ground, spins around, and continues to move out to midfield. A fine return by Cash Faulkner. And this homecoming, this alumni crowd loving this as the Dragons will be in business. Once again, 1st and 10 from midfield. Try to answer back what the Comets, after the Comets score on the takeaway by the interception, aided by a penalty. And football is going to be a game won in the trenches, and it's going to be adjustments and trying to see things. And our coaching staff is so relaxed. Coach Turley looks like he has a smile on his face. He's calling the plays right now. Hopefully that's a good sign. Offset to the right is Corbin, Kilhoffer. Takes it and keeps it himself, fakes it to Killover keeps his feet turning, a big body of his. He can drag some guys with him, the freshman. Hands the ball to the official and it rolls away. But, man, a fine run by Pepe. Pick up a 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1. He tried to get across that 40-yard line to get us a first down. That was a nice read there by Peyton. Once again, he gives it this time to Corbin. He sticks his foot in the ground. He gets the man. He's hit. Continues on his feet. Keeps him churning. And that's enough for a Dewar Dragon first down if there's no laundry on the field. And the Dragons will be in business inside the 30-yard line. From the 28, 1st and 10 for the Dragons. There seems to be a calm on the sidelines with our coaching staff, liking what they're seeing right now. Maybe they've made some adjustments to figure out they've been running the blackjack, kind of a 3-3 front, shifting people around. We move our folks around. Pepe, please let them get set. We've got men in perpetual motion here. You got 40 seconds. He's got his hand up now. As we're down to the last 5 seconds, and Coach Shirley decides to call a timeout. So as they call a timeout, we will too. We'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football. As we return, the Dragons call a timeout. 9:48 to go here in the first half, the second quarter. We're heading east. And he called a timeout. They did made some shifts. We had some little uncertainty, so now we're going to play musical chairs here. We got CC at the bottom. Got Kiki at the top. Nevin offset to the left side. Pepe gives it to Nev Dog. Nev Dog makes a cut. Stays on his feet down near the 10-yard line out to the 12. The Dragons move the sticks. It's enough for a Dewar Dragon first down. And we have a chance to get a first down before scoring. But we're on the move here. The coaches like what they see now. Kiki, Barry to the right. CC down here to the bottom. Give this time to Nev Dog. Corbin straight up the middle like he was shot out of a cannon. Touchdown Dragons. The senior running back gets a touchdown for the Dragons on the scamper. And the Dragons are adding to their lead. And these 2-point conversions are important. 22-12 with 9:19 to go. And as they wait for the 2-point signal, got to give Nev Dog a chance to get his breath as he comes back in. Christian Cargola to the top, little CC Berry at the bottom, and a sniffer back position. And this time to Nev Dog as he tries to get in. And we did not get it. So it's a 10-point advantage for the Dragons as it's 22-12. And once again, that would have made it 24-12, which keeps it at a 2-score game. And I guess it still does, but you can keep geeking those and keep them from that. It's almost like scoring another touchdown, and it makes it almost like another possession. So as we go to the sidelines to talk to coaches for the kick, we'll keep it right here. Our public address announcer tonight's Billy Green, former superintendent here at Dewar, and a Dewar Dragon supporter. Got the music cranked up playing. And a lot of people tonight, and we want to hat off and celebrate our girls softball on a heck of a year. Ranked number 7 as they went to the regional. Lost a heartbreaker last night after beating Burden. Lost a heartbreaker last night to Hominy Bucks. And then the Rattan Lady Rams came to town today, and we were on the short end of the stick there, and the Lady Rams went on to win and advance to the state tournament, defeating Hominy as they won 3 games in a row to cash their ticket to the state tournament. But our girls, congratulations on a fine season as they squeeze the hashes, waiting on us to do the Dewar Dragons surprise as they move out, and the Dragons do too. Lonnie Payton boots the ball in the air, a pooch kick, taken by number 3 at the 30, breaks one tackle, gets loose and hit and brought down right there by Clark Holtma. Number 12 made the tackle. So they'll be in business right at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 Comets. And let's see what they do when they go to their bag of tricks. Well coached, both teams, both programs, storied histories of success in high school football over the years. Some classic battles over the years Velma Alma has had, and so have the Dragons in playoffs. And they love their Comets down at Velma Alma, and we love our Dragons. It's going to be a dandy tonight. Snap goes back, this time to Strickland. He tried to go straight up the gut, and he's met immediately there as our linebackers are playing downhill. Dom Celestine, along with Nia Corbin and cousin Isaac Powell, as they squeeze that one down. We're going to give him a gain of 1 and call it 2nd and 9, but he just a little bit over. Has a man in motion this time, brings him this way, and quarterback keeps it there, makes a move, and he's hit by Isaac Powell. Say hello to my little friend. As he goes down, comes up limping a little bit, but it's going to be 3rd down and about 3. Nice pickup. Strickland's a good double threat with his arm and his legs. But he kind of found an opening, but man, he reacted in a hurry and boom. Say hello to Isaac Powell. 3rd and 3. Twins to the top. Look to the sideline for signaling like we do. Strickland barks to his lineman. Takes the snap, hands off this time. Oh, hit, fine defense there as Nia Corbin, along with CC, Christian Cargola, and brother Nevin and Nia, and along with Christian Cargola, and a loss on the play that's going to bring up 4th and 4. Defense needs to hold in here and get a stop here. So we have twins to the top and a slot. Dragons shift as they move him in. They get this time to Strickland, going to use his legs. He kind of gets outside. He's sealed off. He's got a man to beat. It's just between him and can he get back to him? And he's blocked perfectly. Touchdown Strickland as they went and used his athleticism. And I'm telling you, this is going to be one of those games. It's a chess game. And they get on the board, and it's 22-18. And the 2-point conversion on the way. 7:13 to go. And they answered back. The Dragons thought we were going to get a stop. And it's just a game of inches. You play defense, and then you have a play like that. And he got sealed off where Barry couldn't really get over there to him, and he tried all he could do. And then the guy stayed with him and blocked well, and it was just a good touchdown play for the Comets. Rolls to his right, looks for his man. And it's good. The 2-point conversion is complete from Strickland's pass was complete to Camarillo. And it is 22-20. The Dewar Dragons on top of the Velma Alma Comets with 7:18 to go here in the first half. Once again, we continue to coach them up, seeing what they saw, talking to our ends there. As Coach Turley works with them, and he's talking to Big Cade Henderson right now, trying to see what he can do to make some adjustments there. And again, it's constantly coaching, finding little things and keeping your guys up. And both staffs doing a great job tonight, as this has lived up to what it is billed to be. 2 of the best teams in Class B football playing each other tonight, number 4 and number 2, in a non-district game, which is really and we haven't had many of these, and it's good for our boys to have one. And then next week we will continue in district play as we will entertain the Weber Falls Warriors as they come to town with their 5-0 record as they'll come to Dr. Ted Lewis Stadium undefeated. So that'll be a dandy next Friday night. But we're going to worry about this one tonight, 7-18. Getting ready to kick again are the Comets. Back deep again is Cash Faulkner. Had a nice return out to midfield the last time. Kick this time comes up, fielded by Faulkner. He goes right up the middle. He sticks a foot in the ground. He's to the 40. He's to the 30. He's to the 20. He's to the 10. Touchdown, Dragons! Cash Faulkner! Jiminy Christmas! Woo! Cash Faulkner takes the ball to the official as he scampered that thing back. He took that thing back 78 yards for a touchdown. 78-yard touchdown scamper by Cash Faulkner. Just that easy, just that quick. The Dragons take the lead 28-20, have the lead 28-20 and looking for more. We need the 2-point conversion, boys. Trying to give Coach Turley and Coach Stapp trying to give them enough time to celebrate the touchdown and then get their mind back on the action. But man, just that quick, they decided to kick deep, and he stuck a foot in the ground and he went. Grandson of one of my former buddies who, God rest his soul, has went on home, Roger Knuckles, that's his grandson, Cash Faulkner, with the touchdown run. And we go with a little reverse, inside reverse to Kiki Berry for the 2-point conversion. So with 7:02 left in the half, the Dragons 30 and the Comets 20. We'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football on Dewar Dragon TV after this. Return as the music continues to play as they got them revved up here in Dewar. The Dragons getting ready to kick again as Lonnie Payton's going to do the kicking for the Dragons as they squeeze the hashes waiting on the Dragon surprise. Let's see what Lonnie does again. It's going to be a pooch kick and it goes out of bounds. From the 35-yard line, they're going to be content to take it right there. So playing it on the safe side so they don't have to have a return. So the defense is going to have to win first down and force them into situations they don't necessarily want. We're going to have to create some kind of a turnover or get a takeaway, but a good stop here for them. The Dragons have been pretty potent on offense other than we had that one interception was forced, and that's the takeaway that kind of helped close the gap for the Comets. 7:02 to go here in the first half. Strickland back at quarterback again. Takes a snap, quick pass again out to the sideline as he hits Walker once again on a quick out. Pickup of 3, 2nd and 7. So Dragons going to have to play that, and Benny and CC are getting a bounce, and Benny's going to on the top side and CC at the bottom. Kiki Berry back at the free safety position. Dom Celestine, the Dominator, along with Neb Dog Corbin at the linebackers. He's got time, pump fakes. He's going to take it and tuck it and run. He's a double threat run and have a fine tackle there by CC, but not before Strickland picks up the first down using his legs and his arm, as we had it pretty well covered up. But they're going to call him down, but it's enough for a first down. So they'll have the ball. 1st and 10. 47-yard line, 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Pass complete. That's good now. Sorry for the inconvenience there. We have a timeout on the field by the officials. Official timeout. We're going to go over and have a visit. And they're going to have a timeout. They're going to measure for the first down. That was pretty close on the spot. So Daniel New and his crew going to do the safe thing, go ahead and have a measurement. See how straight those lines are. The old rickety chains come out. It's going to be 2nd down and 1, or 2nd down about less than a foot for a first down. But it's better to be safe than sorry. Go ahead and have a measurement, so they went ahead and did that. They're going to set the chains, use the chains to set the ball. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Comets. 6:02 here in the first half. Dragons on top 30-20. Our band tonight under the direction of Michael Kendall. Strickland, the quarterback, using his legs and his arm tonight, and he's all he's been billed to be. He's one of the finest in Class B. Two teams going at one another tonight. Oh, there's a hit right there immediately, and he is wrapped up 8 to the ball. Nevin Corbin finished him off, but boy, up front, along with Dom Celestine and Isaac Powell, they lose you a little bit of yardage there, and it's going to be 4th and 1. Let's see what they do this time. Dragons need to stop here. It'd be what the doctor orders right here. Trips to right here at the bottom of the screen. Stack, send the man in motion. Quarterback's going to keep it. He's hit right there. Depends on where they measure it, and we may have another measurement on this one. Dragons say they didn't get it, but the officials are huddled up. Now I bet we're going to have a measurement. And Daniel tells Coach Bain, I'll do my job, you do yours. But Josh has the headset off, hands on the hips. He's ready for him and they're going to have a officials timeout to measure it. And the band playing the Jeopardy theme as we wait on the decision here of Final Jeopardy. Boy, it is a nice evening and a full moon tonight for the the alumni weekend. Couldn't be any more special than it is here. We're going to wait on the measurement of the tape. Boy, this is a big ball game, though. We have tonight the honor of Mark Rogers along with Dr. Disselhorst doing the deal. The Dragons and Coach Bain telling Danny New, I can see it from here. That is a first down. Dragons. Dragons did what we need. We need to go get us a score right here, Hayden. We need a score right here. And see if we can get that. So Velma Alma, after the timeout, and there's a little momentum swing towards the Dragons. They're going to call a timeout. We are too. We'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football on Dewar Dragon TV after this. the Dragons will have it 1st and 10 after we hold them on 4th down. And boy, this is a big ball game. Mark Rogers and Dr. Deiselhorst doing the ball game for Squirtle Game of the Week Class B football. We have the streaming crew doing their Comet football TV, and we're doing ours on Dewar Dragon TV. And a lot of folks are here at the ball game. A lot of teams that played last night, and he's giving to Nev Corbin. He breaks into the open. Bye-bye and tell the folks hi. They ain't going to catch him on a motor scooter. Touchdown, Nev Dog Corbin as he found it and headed, stuck the foot in the ground, and motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons. Just what the doctor ordered. 36-20, you get the 2-point conversion. It's a 3-score game. With 5:03 to go, we still got more to go. The Dragons went right, wasted no time getting on the scoreboard with that one. And Nev Dog Corbin showing why he's one of the best in the business. Used his senior athleticism, didn't even have to use the stiff arm, showed some speed. Kilhoffer takes the snap, looks to throw, and it is intercepted. And he's wanting to run it back like we're doing that, but he cannot do it, but it's intercepted. 2-point conversion fails, but the Dragons are up 36-20. Boy, that would have been nice to have that. That would have been a 3-score game. So with 5:03 to go, the Dragons up 36-20. The Comets are over, huddled up, taking it. And while we jump around here in the stands, we'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football after this. White Hat talking with Josh Bain as they're having time to visit. And they're visiting over there with the Velma Alma crew on the other side. So I don't know what seems to be the problem here, but man, we have people sitting in the west end zone, the east end zone all the way around. And over in what we used to call the Joey Fowler fan club down there from the 10-yard line in, where Dina Gay, my wife, and my brother Bob and Colleen and sister-in-law Colleen sat along with the Jeffersons and others sit down there. But man, it is full tonight. Had the opportunity to seeing some old friends and getting to see Mark Ryle and Dusty Delso at the game. And we had a chance to visit a little bit, and I hope to see them a little more after the ball game, but a chance to visit. I don't know what there's no flag and they're visiting. I still don't know exactly what the visit is about. So I guess on that return thing, they must have been something done, and they thought maybe that was, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. The point is moot. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And we're waiting the toe of Lonnie Payton. If you wonder why we call him Lonnie, he rode his lawnmower to practice, and it's been a tradition ever since, and he's a senior. And the name kind of stuck. Jacob Payton, number 88, works his tail off, and he is doing a fine job kicking off for the Dragons tonight, putting it right where they're wanting to do it. See what we dial up now? We get out of the deal. They widen from the hashes. He goes again now on the pooch, and it hits and rolls. And picked up there by number 9. He's got one man to beat, and there's Payton. And we've got number 12, which is Clark Holtma, who almost became the human speed bump, as Tom Condit used to say, one of the various ways you can tackle someone. He kind of ran in front of him, and he took the brunt of that. But he stops him as they'll have the ball at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 with 4:54 to go. Strickland is at the quarterback for the Comets tonight. That fine line up front that they have, Aiden, Torres, Godwin, and Big Cooper. And they've done a fine job of blocking up front, and it's been a war between two fine offenses and defenses tonight. Trips down to the right, down below. So he looks at one receiver. He's hit and met there by Isaac Powell, Dom, and yes, Nia Corbin. The old trifecta there, as they made a sandwich out of him, and Big Cade Henderson, I think, got the dog pile on the rabbit. And that's a loss of the play. It'll be 2nd down 14, loss of 4. Number 1, Camarero down here. He's going to throw that little inside screen. He breaks a tackle, makes a man miss, and they did. Bye-bye until the folk side touchdown. He's on the loose. Walker, Landon Walker with a touchdown for the Comets. 36-26, a 10-point advantage for the Dragons. Need to get a stop here on the 2-point conversion. As we wait the 2-point conversion. Wildcat set. Snap directly back, a bad snap, and he slips and falls to the turf. And Dom Celesine's right with him. There's a penalty flag comes out. 2 penalty flags come out right there. So we do stop the 2-point conversion. It was after the play, so this could be administered. It could be a personal foul. And I don't know just exactly who it was. It could have been Kiki Berry. So it's going to offset each other, as boys will be boys. So somebody said something and somebody did something, and to be fair, they went ahead and penalized both, and no penalties will be assessed. And Coach Bean's going to go talk to Daniel and see what this is all about. And I know in these high-strung ball games, having been a trash talker myself from my old days, and I still trash talk sometimes. You got to kind of control your deal, or don't get caught saying it while the zebras are standing around. But in these ball games, there's going to be a lot of jawing going back and forth. Good-natured, and sometimes not good-natured. But I think the offsetting penalties would be the best thing there, and cooler heads will prevail. Coach Bean's talking to his guys, and across the way, the Velma Alma coaches are talking to their people. Dragons have a 10-point advantage with 4:09 to go as we wait to kick off again. And Cash Faulkner took one to the house a while ago. So let's see what they do. It's about time to see us onside kick again. So you better be ready, Bouncing Benny. Got our hands team in. Naya, Dom, Kiki on this side, CC on that side. Goes past. Oh, it's taken by CC. He makes a juke, makes a move. Oh, they caught him by the shirt tail and hung on for Darrell Ivan. He brought him down. Dragons will be in business 1st and 10, right near the 35-yard line. 4 minutes to go. Let's see what we've got up our sleeve here. Coach Fowler, along with Coach Ross out there, getting a chance to work with Coach Turley. Coach Powell standing at the back, trying to get them all organized and get them all ready to go. So we'll wait the first play we're going to have Peyton Kilhofer at the quarterback along with Nevin Corbin in the backfield. Bouncing Benny's want to say, am I in? And I'm not in. And he is. They've got Keelan on the slot of the inside and Bouncing Benny the split end to this side at the bottom. Flag on the play. Well, that's an unusual. We're hurry up, let's go do it, and we just got called for a delay of game. So we'll march you back 5, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. So the Dragons will, as we always say, we got 4 downs to get it. We had to get 10 anyway. Let's get 5 more. Kilhofer, quarterback. Snap comes from Henderson. Give to Nevin Corbin this time, and they weren't fooled as they played downhill with that linebacker crew that they had. The linebackers for them just went downhill on that. Talon Quick along with Mikey Griffith sniffed that one out. So, loss on play. It's going to be 2nd and 17. Trying to force young Kilhofer to have to use his arm. And boy, they have really watched for the run. There's pass. It's a screen play to Corbin. Corbin brings it back to this side, makes a move, hurdles a man, goes to the 40, out to the 50, stiff arms a man and goes out of bounds at the 44-yard line. There's a penalty flag back here, and I'm afraid we have holding against the Dragons. So hold the phones and bring it back. Holding against the Dragons. And I'm sure the Comets will take this one. But boy, that was a fine run there after the catch as he used his athleticism and his power. But we had the screen set up perfectly, Hayden. We just couldn't keep our hands off of them. Once again, look at his play sheet and he's ready to go to the next thing. Coach Charlie, I guess you have to dial up a 2nd and forever. 2nd down, 23 this time after the penalty from the point of the foul. Kilhofer back to throw. Throws an interception. It's taken by number 1, Camarillo. He's taking it down the far sideline and hit and knocked out of bounds. So there's another takeaway. And that's something we just, turnovers are so costly in big ball games. So that puts the Dragons in a defensive position now where they are inside the red zone. As it's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 15-yard line with 2:54 to go here in the half. 2 interception night by Kilhofer. Going over the sidelines, he's going to have a visit. Joey's talking to him. Coach Fowler coaching him up. Strickland got him right there, and Cade Henderson with the initial stop as he tried to sling, but he went ahead and got finished off there. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 13 for the Comets as the clock continues to move around. Strickland, quarterback, got trips to the top, sends a man in motion. Snap this time, going to throw that quick screen on the quick out. He's hit there, and here comes 8 to the ball. And boy, dogpiling on the rabbit there was Isaac Powell along with Kiki Berry. CC grabbed for dear life. Also aided there by one of the Corbin boys. Nia was in on the mess. 1:50 to go here in the first half. The clock continues to run. 3rd down and 16. Dragons need to get a stop here. Go in with the advantage. And then since they deferred the second half, I would pretty much imagine that they'll have their choice to take the football. Snap goes directly back. Has a man. Oh, just missed. And there's a flag comes thrown in late. It was thrown right at the line of scrimmage, so I don't know if it's a hold or was it something extracurricular after the whistle. Boy, Kiki Berry sniffed that one. I had a chance. Holding against the Comets has been declined by Coach Bean, bringing up 4th and 15. This is a big play right here. Dragons need to hold right here and get the ball back. Velma, Alma, the Comets take a timeout, and we will too. We'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football on Dewar Dragon TV after this. On defense, 4th down and 15 for the Comets. We need to get into the half without anything else going against us. Strickland's going to throw, has a man open, it goes incomplete. Good coverage there by Christian Gargola and Kiki Berry. The Dragons will have 1 minute, 18 seconds to go in the half, and would like to add to her tally, but you know, you might even be just content to go in the halftime with a 10-point advantage as they're talking over at the sideline. I had the opportunity coming in, I got to see Lou Ann McIntosh Smith and got to talk to her a little bit coming in. Good to see her. Hadn't seen her in a while. And always like to see her friends and loved ones, and we have these all-school reunions. And so that's this weekend, and nice to see it. Boy, a big turnout. I'm just amazed at the crowd that we have tonight. And there are a lot of visiting schools here tonight. Scouting out the Dragons and scouting out, and the pass caught immediately by Christian Cargola on a quick out there. It picks up a couple at 2nd and 8. Clock continues to move. Turley's trying to use the whole gambit of what he has. You know, if he catches that and they make a miss, and he uses his athleticism, goes to Kilhofer, and he takes the run right up the middle. You know, on the run pass option, the RPO, and pick up there of 3 yards, so it's going to be 3rd down 5. Peyton Kilhofer, quarterback, gives this time to Corbin. Corbin straight ahead, trying to get to the 1st down. Close to the 30-yard line. It's going to be a little bit short. It's going to be 4th down in just a little bit. And the Dragons are content to go in with a 10-point lead as they go to the half. Dragons 36, the Comets of Velma Alma 26. It has been all it has been built up to be and more, as they have great athletes on both sides, well coached, two good communities that love their football, and they're giving us a show and a spectacle tonight. As we go to the halftime, we'll be back with more Dewar Dragon halftime report after this on Dewar For your halftime entertainment, get Hayden to get them focused in. The Pride of Dewar Marching Band performing at a halftime under the direction of Dr. Michael Kendall. Good. Update you on some scores here at the half. Brought to you by Squirtle. Shattuck 36, Waurika 0 at the half. Garber and Yale tied 22, starting in the third quarter. Caddo 40, Wilson of Ardmore 22. Velma Almandur 36-26. College Heights Christian 46, Welch 34 at the half. Depew 51, Midway 0. Oklahoma Bible Academy 36, Wacomas 8 the first quarter. Sealing 54, Pond Creek Hunters 6. Turpin on top of Ringwood 38-26 in the second quarter. Quinton 58, Arcoma 6, that's a final. Hollis 32, Snyder 6 at the half. And Cherokee 56 and Balco Forgan 6. And Davenport ahead of Alex 26-6 at the half. Davenport, who's been a power for years and years, off to an 0-4 start. And tonight they're ahead at the half. So Coach Greenfield keeps coaching them up and keeps trying to do. Barnsdall 26, Wetumpka 6 at the half. Barnsdall 26, Wetumpka 6 at the half. And Walika and Keota, I don't have a score. And Cave Springs 54, Forum 52, that's a final. Cave Springs over Forum 54-52. Walika 66, Keota 18. That was played last night. Some of the Walika coaches and kids are here. I saw a few of them as I was making my way up to the booth. I know Henrietta played last night. Some Henrietta locals are coming over to support the Dragons tonight. I also saw a different coaching staff from Weber Falls. I saw a few of those guys here tonight, and And good to see people turn out tonight to see that in Region Prep all over Summit Christian, 55-6 last night. So those are your scores in Class B. And as they continue to enjoy the halftime deal, having the kids come out and dance along with the cheerleaders in different ones. But as we look at all school reunion weekend, it's a nice time to get around. And my mother's 92 years old and is in the Baptist Village, and she's going to have her reunion next week. She's not able to make it this weekend, but one of her dear friends, Shirley Farmer, her best friend from school here at Dewar, she and Shirley are going to get together. Shirley and Henry Farmer, her husband, celebrate their 75th wedding anniversary in Tahlequah. And I'm going to take Mother over to Tahlequah to visit with Shirley and see Uncle Henry. And they are 92 years old, graduates of 1949 Dewar Dragons. And they couldn't be here tonight, but they're going to get together and have their little reunion of their own next week, celebrating their wedding anniversary. And all of you out there that couldn't be here, like those of you at the Armed Forces, David Corbin, I'd like to say hi to you. And we love you and miss you, and keep serving us. And getting to see all the friends and family that we can here. And you know, for me, it's a reunion all the time when I get to see people, because I live here, and I've had the good fortune of being able to work at the school and be tied in with the community at various churches, leading praise and worship, and get to see a lot of people. And you know, a lot of times people are off working, and this is the only time they get to come back. Like Billy Bussey lives out of state, and for him to be back, and I haven't seen him since '73. I talked to Mike Henson last night, good friend of mine, and we talk often and keep up with one another. And a lot of times, you know, I got to see him. Last time I saw him was when Richard Carter passed away, and we had his celebration of life down at the Dewar Church. But getting together with all those guys is neat. And you know, for Mr. Carter, you know, 92 years old, not be here, that seems unusual. But you know, a lot of good memories. And today at the ball game, you know, getting to see so many people that were celebrating and trying to work with our girls, you know, supporting them in their effort to go to the state tournament. It came a little short, but there was a lot of alumni there, getting to see all of the various people and people that have poured a lot into the Dragon program. And boy, once a Dragon, always a Dragon. So that black and orange runs deep if you're a Dewar Dragon fan. As they continue to dance here at halftime, we're going to let you see a little bit of this, and as they finish up. As we look at the rest of our schedule, if we get through this game tonight, we'd be set for a record to meet an undefeated team in our district. The Weber Falls Warriors, who we beat handily last year, but they are much improved. A lot of these teams have. The last game of the year, we go to Caddo. They have a lot of great athletes and those things, and we'll take them one at a time as you march on down through the schedule. And then we will have the upcoming games with Quinton. We will also have games with the Midway Chargers. And if we get to play Porham later on, we'll be traveling to Porham. We'll be traveling to Midway. Quinton will be coming here, and then our last road trip that we'll have will be down Highway 69 as we head to go to the Caddo Bruins. We've had some battles with them over the years, and they are well coached. So we just got to take care of our business. And what I love about 8-man football, you can have a non-district game like this. It's good for your coffers because you're going to make some money off of it. We're going to put money into our program for ticket sales and those kind of things, and selling our concessions and some of the vendors that we have tonight. But I mean, it's great to have this atmosphere and get used to playing this, because this is what playoff football is about right here. It's the crowd, it's the lights, it's the two towns that love each other and you know, fight it out on the field and support your kids. And it's a wonderful thing. And we are so blessed here at Dewar that we're almost spoiled rotten, that we've had you know, a lot of teams like to win a district every once in a while. You know, we're looking to have a 7-peat, And I know earlier we had a string at one time. We did have the state's longest winning streak of consecutive, I think it was 17 in a row, district titles, running from the Paul Wilson years all the way up through the Jim Herring years. And looking back over the years, my first memories of Dewar Dragon football was when I was a kid, and I can remember my high school football coach was Thomas Sullivan. I remember he was the homecoming king. The homecoming queen was Linda Bean, and that was in 1960, and I was just a little guy, but I can remember him playing, and I always thought Coach Sullivan was a great guy, and I got the opportunity to play for him. Coach Carter, who we talked about earlier, Joe Duncan, who coached in the 60s, and then as we go on down the list, as it went to Tom Sullivan, and we had Wiley Ryle was on that staff, and then some of the great coaches that we had. Clyde Archer, who coached the girls basketball, was also our line coach when I played. Charles Blagg, my baseball coach, and he coached football here at Dewar. We had Luther Lawrence, who went on to coach and quite successful coach in his own right. He was a part of that system that was there. And then after Coach Sullivan left, we had Coach Carter and Coach Henson. Mr. Henson took over the team. I think Danny Joe Spurlock did a short stint as Dewar Dragon football in that era after I graduated. And then they hired Paul Wilson. And then Coach Wiley Ryle come back to town with Mark, and the rest is magic, because they did win a state baseball title and made a deep run in the semifinals in football that year. And those were some great years and some great coaches we've had. As we go on down the list, as we had Hall of Famer Gerald Hansen coached here. I was on staff with him my first year here at Dewar, having replaced Gary Sparks, who had just left, and then after that we had Todd Bean coached, and then we had Johnny Bohannon and Tom Condit came in, and Joe Thornbrew. I mean, there were some great coaches during that time that Billy Green was able to bring in when he was superintendent, and great friendships and guys that went on to coach at other places. Johnny left here and went to Union to be on staff there. Tom Condit, Hall of Famer in his own right. Man, and then Joe Thornbrew's been the offensive coordinator at numerous schools and been successful. It was at Tuttle. I mean, you're just going down the list, and there's been some great coaches here at Dewar, and we've been a part of that here at Dewar, and we've been blessed. And the Dewar Dragon football tradition, and I was talking with Coach Bean. I don't have all this down. That was coaches talk. There was a list there that he saw at one time. If you talk about the winningest programs in the state, and we're in the top 20 over the years of how many games you've won against how many you lost. And think of all the teams that didn't get to go to the playoffs when it was just one team that got to go. Like in my years, we were fortunate. We could have made the playoffs numerous times. We had the format we have today, but they didn't have it. But we fought and loved playing football, and learned a lot of life lessons from some great men. We learned a lot about football. We learned a lot about life and a lot of good examples. And I think that's what athletic does. And I love the small town where you can do that. And we wear our feelings on our sleeve. We kind of have a chip on our shoulder. That's just how we roll here at Dewar. But if you're going to keep score, we want to win. And we're going to try to do everything we can to do that. And if not, we're just going to give it our best effort and shut up and deal. We'll start again. But the Dragons are on a roll here, and I think we're somewhere at the near, I think 53, 54 games at home without a loss. Other than playoff losses. But at home, we've defended the home very well. As the time runs down, they'll have 3 more minutes to get their workout in. As the Dragons come out, there'll be 3 more minutes to do what they're going to do, and the Dragons are starting to do their exercising and limbering up as the Comets are over near midfield. Talking with staff and getting their thing done. Dragons coming out. It's going to be how you go. We have to go from having the ball on offense, content to go in with the lead. Then we're going to kick off. And so the second half is a whole different thing. It's a 10-point ball game. Anything could happen. And the Dragons need to see a game like this because we have been 45ing everybody we play. It's go to see it at monkeystomp.com because, generally, the games are out of hand, and we turn it over and slap half a hundred on and play everybody. But tonight, it's going to be all hands on deck, and let's see how this one pans out. But we're on the upside right now. It's good to be there, And we'll find out exactly whether the Dragons are going to have the clock the last quarter, or whether the Comets will have it the last quarter, depending on whether you kick from the east or the west. But they will have their option since they won the toss and deferred. They will receive the second half. The Dragons took the opening kickoff. And football is a game of adjustments, so we'll see who made the most adjustments at halftime. And for them to have to change some things, and also when they do certain things, we've had enough time. I know Coach Kilhofer and Coach Ross were jotting things down. They and Bentley Thrall, our filmer, were in there talking it over before they went down to consult with the staff at the dressing room. And boy, I used to be in part of some of those, but I've relegated myself to the booth you do what I do best, is run my mouth. And the mouth of the South is here for you to bring this to a conclusion tonight. But the Dragons are up 36-26. Lonnie Payton will be the kick, and the Dragons are going to defend the east goal, which means they'll have the clock for the last quarter. So the Dragons will be headed east on offense and heading east on offense, defending the west on defense. And Coach Bean going out to talk to special teams along with Coach Powell as they get ready to come out and do something. And once again, they got everything squeezed in tight by the hashes so that they can be ready to do what they need to do. So if they get all the headsets ready to go, and Coach Powell has the final say, and they hope we're all on the same page. We've done a great job of doing the pooch kick. Boy, that one, if they miss one guy, they have got some athletes that can scamper. So the Dragons getting ready to kick off. Lonnie Payton to do the booting for the Dragons. They're waiting to see what the Dragons are going to do right here. So now they break out of the huddle and spread to the sideline. All of them got to be in front of the 35-yard line. Yeah, well, we have offsides against the signals is offsides against Velma Alma, as they were too aggressive on the kickoff as they went forward, as the Dragons did, and they didn't go enough yardage there that was almost going to be touched prematurely, which could have been where it is plus 5 yards. But we get to re-kick with Jacob Payton kicking from the 45 this time and see if this changes strategy. And it appears as though Big Cade Henderson is coming in to kick for Jacob Payton. So we're going to change something different here. And we boot it deep. And it's hits, taken at the 10. Out to the 20-yard line. And brought down there. See who was in on that. JoJo Waters on the tackle, along with Clark Hopma. And the Dragons get them right there at the, to get it started. 11:53 to go. First possession of the second half for the Velma Alma Comets, trailing the Dragons by a score of 36-26. Strickler, the quarterback. As they run this, they run a lot of veer. They run a lot of quick outs, a lot of runs, and he's going to use that quick out again as he kind of gets his man out of the backfield. Not much there as he got it out to Quick. Talon Quick, the receiver, right there. Pickup of one, we'll call it second down and 9. Well, they like to use this trip set over here, stacked, got the numbers there, got a man there. He gets into the open, and it is no one there as he hits Camarillo, and he's being chased in hot pursuit there. He didn't quite, K.K. Berry give it all he had, but 11:36 to go. And we have us a 70-yard touchdown, 69-yard touchdown run on the pass after yards after catch. And the Dragons are up 4 with 11:35 to go. Just that quick. Bye-bye until the folks high. He caught that one, and Kiki give it effort. He tried all the way down that sideline and dove and couldn't quite get to him, and they score. They're on the board. And it is going to be one of those games that seesaws back and forth. The advantage is there, so he's strictly using his feet, and he throws it wide open at the back of the end zone. The two-point conversion is good. There's a flag on the play, though. There was holding on that play on the two-point conversion, so the two-point conversion no good. They'll have to try again. So the old momentum has switched over to the Comets as they get on the board. Chance to add more here. Strickland at quarterback. Rolls to the right. Uses his feet. He's going to throw back across his body, trying to go to the backside, and Inga falls incomplete. But the Dragons did their job as they stopped the two-point conversion. 11:35 to go in the third quarter. Dragons on top, 36-32. We have a dandy in Dewar. We'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football after this. Peyton's kick. There's a scramble for it over on that side. And it appears that the Comets have recovered it. Hopefully we did not have some technical difficulties there with the sound. Hopefully we've got that situation remedied. Dragons take the big 44-32 lead on that last drive, capped off by Devin Corbin and the two-point conversion by Peyton Killhofer. And Killhofer had a great rollout pass on fourth down to Christian Cargola. Back on defense again. Going to go to that quick out. Use their athleticism, and it has been so effective yards after the catch, because we are pretty much stopping their run game. They're going to have to go to the outside. And then you got to keep an eye on their quarterback, Strickland, because he has an arm on him, and then he has also got a couple other arms over here that they used the halfback pass earlier, and they're now going to their spread offense with trips to the bottom and guys at the top. Quarterback by himself. Pump fakes, going to go deep, going to take a shot at it. Pass goes incomplete. Benatigwe on the bouncing Benny on the coverage there. It's going to bring up third down and 2. Took a shot on it there. Basically the same set here with a bunch. We got the trips over here, and they've got, going to have to move some over. Barry splits the difference. He makes the pass right out here, keeps it in front of him. Makes a man miss, and that was just great athleticism. We had that sealed off, but he used his athleticism right there, Camarillo, and that's enough for a Dewar Dragon. For a Velma Alma Comet first down, but we have a player injured right now, and we're going to see who's down. And it appears to be a cramp. Let's see who we have walking around. I see CC's up. See, Nyan's up. Nevin's up. Keelan Berry, Kiki. Cramped up, so they're going to get there, and we have some electrolyte down there in the ice bucket. They need to get out and get to him. Get some cramp juice, some pickle juice, some mustard. So officials timeout as we're trying to get Barry's cramps. They're working on him there. And this is the kind of night that you get it where we had all the rain, and we've had, and as the evening comes and the heat today in the 90s and the humidity at about 40%, you just got to drink before you put out and expend. These guys that play both ways, you just expend so much of your body that you've got to you can drink, try to hydrate. But sometimes those things happen. Coach Turley going to walk down to see what needs to be done here. As the coaches and the managers continue to work with them, they're going to pick him up and carry him off the field to the side. So they're going to work on Kiki there. So we're going to have to put in somebody else to play safety and bring next man in. And hopefully that's going to be something that they'll have to make some adjustments. I know they may have to move CC back to a safety, or they may end up bringing Ben to a safety. Right now they got JoJo Waters, so let's pray that JoJo's ready to go. Getting him some reps with the first team tonight. Next man up, it's JoJo Waters. Strickland rolling the pass, being chased, uses athleticism, gets outside, and hit and rounded out of bounds there. But not until he picks up enough for a first down, and he uses athleticism there. Well, I say first down. They said he was out of bounds at the 35, so just short of it. I thought he got all the way down to the 30. So it's going to be 2nd down and 2. Waters at the safety. Pump fake, goes in the air. He's got a man down there. It's out of his reach. Bouncing Benny on the coverage again. And they like to do that. They rolled back the last time, so they're going to take some shots down the field. And they try that. We had it defended. You know, you always got to be ready for cramps and little boo-boos that happen during a ball game, and that's why you get reps, and that's why you study your scout book, and that's why you rely on the help of your friends, and that's why you communicate as a defense. So far, the Dragons have done their job, bringing up 3rd down and 2. Strickland being pursued, throws it sidearm right there to number 11, and from where the spot is, that's going to be enough for a 1st down. He just went right to where he needed to go and was content with that. He made a good pass, kind of threw that sidearm like a baseball, like a second baseman throwing it to a shortstop on a double play, but it works. And a nice reception there. And that's the man of the hour. It's Walker again, number 8, coming up big this time. They've got some really good receivers and really good athletes. You can see why they were a semifinal team a year ago. And it's a little shovel pass inside, and he makes some yardage and bounces out. Once again, it's Walker using his athleticism, and they used a little shovel pass inside on that, and he gets loose for some good yardage there. So they're knocking on heaven's door themselves as they're on the 11-yard line, first and 10, 4:55 to go in this one in the 3rd quarter. Pass goes incomplete, dances around, makes a move, gets a man to miss, down close to the 5-yard line. There appears to be a flag on the play. Holding against the Comets. Now, I'm going to tell you, a lot of times you get two good teams going at each other when they're both strong and both getting after it. Sometimes you get separation. Those hands are on jersey and they get caught, and then sometimes you can see why he got loose because they've hooked it in by holding him and that kind of thing. This was a similar situation. So the Dragons benefit pushing them back. So it's going to make it 1st and 20 for the Comets. 4:49 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Strickland takes off, goes up the middle, uses a move. Oh, he's hit and brought down right there. Number 4 was bouncing Benny Atigwe making the play there, but he picked up some good yardage there using his legs, which is going to bring it down to 2nd and 12. The clock continues to run. Dragons up 44-32 in this one. Strickland rolls to the right, has a man down there. In the coverage along with him is Christian Cargola. There's a flag on the play. And I think CC's going to get called. So we'll get this one sorted out as the officials discuss. Half the distance to the goal. So after the after the defensive holding there for the Dragons. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. Strickland takes the snap. Pass up down to the intended again for Walker on that side, goes incomplete. So 3rd down and 5. And again, they can get a 1st down without scoring. Dragons need to hold here and stiffen up. And see if Kiki Berry gets some cramp juice in him and gets some electrolyte in him, and see if he'll return, because he's a big part of our offense and our defense. JoJo Waters at the safety and playing sophomore. Rolls this time. Strickland's got time. He's going to keep it. Oh, he is hit and met. Big Cade Henderson put the Kawami on that. It's going to bring 4th down as he lost yardage on that. So a loss of 2 on the play is going to be 4th down 7. And they take a timeout as Velma Alma calls a timeout. On second thought, charge the timeout to Velma Alma with 3:51, 4th down and 7. This is a big play coming up. We're going to stay right here with you. Boy, this is a critical part of the ball game right here. This could be a big momentum swing for the Dragons and be a boost in the arm after coming out and giving up a quick touchdown, going back, and then we did score. But it's back and forth, and the Dragons need to kind of get a little breathing room. But right here, as they're knocking on heaven's door, it's going to be up to the defense to rise to the occasion. Generally, they've come out in those trip sets. They use motion. They've got the triple, got the double threat with quarterback with his legs and his arm. Try to probably spread the field in some way so he can have some space. But they've also used those yards after catch when they use those quick little bubble screens and different little things, the quick outs and the slants. And sometimes we don't get them leveraged up just right. And it's created some problems tonight. I see the defense talking there, and as Coach Fowler, Coach Stapp, and Coach Bain are getting after them. It comes down to this on 4th down and 7 with 3:51 to go. Dragons up, but boy, this is a big series right here in the 3rd quarter. Strickland at quarterback, sends the man in motion to his left. He's going to scramble to his right, going to throw across, and it's tipped and knocked incomplete. Great defensive play there by the Dragons. Just what we needed. So we got to take care of the football and move it and head east. And listen to the crowd as they enjoy this tonight. A fine defensive performance right there. 44-32 ball game, but both teams have been, these are two of the better offenses, two of the better defenses. You're going to see some scoring, and this is 8-man football. It's all about getting people and tackling in space and getting leverage and doing all the things you have to do. This is a big series for the Dragons. They come out, try to see if they can move it, as they've got the worst thing you could have here is bad snaps and those kind of things. So we see a little different look here. Got man in motion this time, and there's a whistle. Dragons were a little overzealous and got called for the motion as we sent the guy in motion. So it's going to be 1st down and 1st and 15 for the Dragons. Ball's on about the 3-yard line. Eight-man football at its finest tonight. Velma, Alma, and Dewar. Game of the week. Give this time is to Corbin. And 1 little, 2 little, 3 little comments all over him. Walker, the initial hit there. And going to bring up 2nd down. Second down, we're going to give him one. Second down, 14. Kind of keeping it close to their vest here. Seems to be a little bit of miscommunique here. Go again this time. And it's Nevin Corbin to the 20. He's to the 30. Gives the stiff arm out to the 40. That is just Nev Dog, pure Nev Dog Corbin. Being the athlete, used the stiff arm, gets us out of a deep hole from way back down yonder and brings it up to the 40-yard line. That's enough for a Dewar Dragon first down, and we can reset and makes the play calling opens up the playbook a little bit more. But I just like what we saw right there. Just continue to win the battle up front and let him be an athlete and just go. Continue to have those hogs up front. Killhofer keeps it on the read. He goes straight ahead, and he's carrying guys with him. We'll take 5 yards every time we can get it. A big 5-yard pickup by Pepe Killhofer. The clock continues to run. Dragons need to get a good drive right here and continue to add to the tally on the scoreboard and get a little more separation. As the tempo slows down a little bit more, Powell and Stapp barking signals. Turley's right there. Josh right at the line of scrimmage looking things over. Everybody getting set. Killhofer gives this time to Kiki Berry. He's got room around the right side. He's around midfield and goes down inside. But there appears they have a penalty flag on the play. Holding against the Dragons. A 2nd and 5. We'll move it, march it back, and we'll redo it again. That was a great call. Kiki uses athleticism. We got it sealed off, blocked up good. That would have been enough for a Dewar Dragon first down, but we'll go back and do this again. 2nd down and 15 after the call. So we need to knock out some of the penalties when we get big plays like that. We'll get it worked out. Give this time to Corbin on the inside. Not much there, and he gets about a yard. I'm going to give him a yard. Call it 2nd and 14. 3rd down and 14 yards. Killhofer barking signals. He got 5 of it back. He got a little overzealousness there on the part of the defensive front there. Isaac Camarillo jumped. A little anxious. So it'll be 3rd and 9. Dragons content to let the clock run a little bit. Killhofer hands this time to Nevin Corbin. There's a little break there. He's to the 40. He's to the 30. Bye-bye. Tell the folks hi. Touchdown, Nev Dog Corbin. Scamper, scamper, scamper. But there's a penalty flag down at midfield. Whew. Well, we'll get to do this all over again. Holding against the Dragons, and boy, what a block downfield. Nia helping his brother out. But boy, it has been New Hole City. Coach Bain out looking at this. Well, let Daniel New and his crew figure this one out. Holding against the Dragons. Replay the down. So what would have been a great gain, what would have been a touchdown, has been reversed. So we're looking at 3rd down and 12. Third down and 12. Give to Corbin again. Corbin works around the outside again, and he gets up to the 45-yard line. It's going to be 5 yards short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 5. See what Josh wants to do here. As they set the ball, he may be content to go ahead and talk it over during the timeout as we break for the end of the quarter. I'd be surprised if we call a play here. Seeing Marshall Bean, Coach Marshall Bean on the sideline. And that's what the Dragons are going to do. They're going to let this one run out. So get those 4s up in the air. 4th quarters is ours. 44-32 Dragons as we head to the 4th quarter. They'll have the clock, and they'll be going to the west end zone. Head west, young man, head west. We'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football on Dewar Dragon TV after this. As we return, Dragons face 4th down and 5 right at the 45-yard line. After starting with their own 3-yard line, had a touchdown called back for holding. See what they do this time. Going to option. No separation. They hit Pepe out of bounds. He did not get the first down. He's kept short of the first down marker, and the Comets have held this time with a defensive stand of their own, aided by numerous penalties by the Dewar Dragons holding, shooting ourselves in the foot, but we still control the 44-32 lead. And this is far from over. A lot of football to be played yet. So Strickland at quarterback has his trips to the top. As a lone man here, got Walker here down below. Throws out to Camarillo on the right side. He's going to take the catch, take it forward, and keep the clock rolling and the chains a moving, and keep the down box a moving. And pick up a 5. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. 5 yards on just those little catches. Clock continues to run. Going to have to take a big defensive play here. Kiki Berry back in the lineup. JoJo Waters had some playing time there. Oh, Strickland's going to take off and run here. He's caught and brought down and wrestled down right there by Big. Right there taken down by Isaac Powell. Isaac nose guard found him and got him. So it holds him to no gain right there. But boy, he is an athlete. He is so quick, so good. Going to change some people up here, bring in at the nose guard position. They got Clark Hotma coming in, get him some time. Going to send a little deal. He already had a man there in the open, got a man to beat. Oh, great tackle right there. Wrestle him up and tackle him down right there. Nev Dog Corbin sniffed that out as a linebacker and kept him to a short gain. So it's going to bring up 4th down and 2. 4th down and 2. Watch the football. Be sure you're not there. Trips to the top. Looks over the sideline. Barks to his center and his lineman. Claps the hands. Here we go. Oh, he had a man right. But he's hit. And the pass gets away. Pass is complete there to Riley. Made the catch there. And that's a good enough for a 1st down. That was a heck of a play, heck of a catch. We had the right thing on, just couldn't quite get to him. So 1st and 10 for the Comets. They start the ball right at the 30-yard line. Snap back, Strickland rolls, looking, makes the pass, has a man. Let's see if he touchdown Comets. Walker with the reception off a pass from Strickland. And it's 44-38, a 6-point separation between the Dragons and the Comets with 9:38 to go in this one. And it has been a dandy. We have a player down again. Trying to figure out exactly who this might be, and I guess it's CC. I think it's once again. It's probably Keelan Berry down, who's had trouble with the cramps tonight, and they're going back for more things to try to administer there. Try to get some electrolyte in him. Try to get some vinegar and some of that stuff into him, some pickle juice, and possibly some mustard to see if we can get it. Boy, this is a night for cramps. And the Dragons need to really get something together and quit shooting themselves in the foot offensively when we had things going. And once again, we'll have to face a 2-point conversion. If they do that, it's a 4-point game once again. If not, we keep a touchdown separation. And you got to be aware of the onside kick and the pooch kick and some of those things. And he who makes the boo-boo. So we've had the interceptions. We've had the other thing. But the big thing tonight hasn't been interceptions and the inability, but we've shot ourselves in the foot. We've been our own worst enemy tonight. We need to clean that up in the last 9 minutes. But it's still a chess match, a lot of football to be played. And it has lived up to its billing. As you got number 4, Velma Comets visiting Dr. Ted Lewis Stadium to face the Dragons tonight. And the Dragons ranked number 2 in the state, one of the latest polls. So it's just going to come down to it. I see Clark Holtman and some of those guys getting some fresh legs in there, trying to make some substitutions here and there. He's got a bunch of guys going both ways, trying to give a few different looks. But, man, we were so close to getting him hemmed up. We had it right where we wanted it, and then, boy, they can strike so quick. It's so good with that run-pass option that they have. And we've kind of shut down the veer game on those things, and the rest of it has just been scrambling using his legs with the option to pass and run. So it's been a great battle tonight. So we'll just see who regroups and makes adjustments here as they continue to administer treatment down there to Berry. I know a few years ago when we were playing, I think both games we played with Wetumpka when Joey was playing at quarterback and being on the field the whole time. I remember 2 different occasions we played with Wetumpka, I think his sophomore year and his junior year. We ended up having to take him up to the hospital and get a couple of bags of IV in him to replenish some of the stuff because he was just totally zapped and exhausted. And you just sweat so much during the deal, and you can't drink enough sometimes. But we try to tell them you got to hydrate, even though when it's cool. And when you're sitting around, you just need to continue to drink and do those things. But hopefully he'll be up, and he'll be able to get the cramps out and be able to return quickly. So it's going to be next man up. So JoJo Waters and some of those guys will have to step in and play. Two-point conversion. They got everything, and they had it set to the hash to the far left side. As they roll to the right now, he's got the option. The two-point conversion is complete on the pass, and just that quickly, we have a tight ball game, 44-40. As the band from Velma, Alma playing their fight song. We'll make adjustments here, and while we do that, as they take a break, we will too. We'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football after this. Receive the ball back deep again is Faulkner. We're going to see what we do here, and we're going to have to take care of it here on the kick, on the pooch or the onside kick first. Kind of have our hands team ready. They're going to boot it deep again. They kind of pooch it out of bounds. It goes out, and I think the Dragons will be content to take it on the 35-yard line. Dragons have a first 10 from 35, playing it safe. As Cash Faulkner had taken one to the house earlier. I guess the Dragons aren't going to take it to the 35-yard line. They're going to take the 5-yard penalty and make them re-kick. So Dragons are going to make them re-kick it, so we have to worry again. Do we pooch it? Do we, are they going to be content to run it there? They're going to kick to him. You got to be sure that they don't onside kick right here. So you're going to get to see this again with 9:38 to go. 44-40. Dewar on top of Velma. Alma 44-40. We await the kick. I went out of bounds last time. We're going to try it again. Picked up and taken by number 4, Ben Atigwe. Gets a man, and Big Ben just got hit. A little extracurricular as the flag goes, but there's nice returns. He used his athleticism, returned it to the 40-yard line, and flags out. Dragons getting back. Appears that it's been against the Velma Alma as they're starting to march back that way. So we'll have to get this set. The Dragons get 15 yards after bouncing Benny Atigwe. Return that kick inside the 40-yard line. Add the 15 to it. Dragons are in business at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Pei Kilhofer, the signal caller tonight. Freshman boy has done a great job tonight. Give this time, fakes it on the option this time. Goes to get around. And the Dragons use the option to perfection, using the man in motion. And little CC picks up some good yardage. Cargola on the option off of a pitch from Kilhofer. A pickup of 9, be 2nd down and 1. 2nd down and 1 near the 15-yard line. Get to the 15, they'll have a 1st down. We'll call the ball on 16. Second down, 1. Gives to Nev Dog Corbin. He's still on his feet. Wait for the stiff arm. Touchdown, Dragons. Nev Dog Corbin, the man, the myth, the legend, gets in the end zone, and the Dragons extend the lead to 50-40. The 2-point conversion is critical. You got to keep that separation. They bring Christian Cargola out and send Big Teddy Lane in, putting a little more alignment there. Nev Dog Corbin, man, what a night. And boy, that one touchdown run that was called back, that was a thing of beauty. Big ball games, you gotta well, I guess they called him down and not a touchdown. But the point is moot. Nevin gets in. Wasn't a 2-point conversion. We actually scored this time. So now the Dragons are up 50-40. The 2-point conversion is so important. But, man, Nev Dog has been the workhorse again. The man, the myth, the legend. Hard-working young men. This may be one of the, all the teams Coach Bean has are special. They all are hard-working kids, but these guys have really put in the time. Them and the junior high this summer had a great summer. Killoffer on the rollout. Going to keep it himself. He's going to try to motor in, and he does. Pay Killoffer on the 2-point conversion. That extends it to 52-40, just what the doctor ordered. Got that prescription filled, 52-40, and the Dragons need to get a stop. But there's a lot of football to be played, and in 8-man football, 2 good teams can put up a bunch of points, especially when they're gifted and talented as Velma, Alma, and Dewar are tonight. So as they go to a timeout, talk it over before the kickoff, we will too. We'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football after this. As we bring it back, Lonnie Payton to do the Payton to do the kicking for the Dragons in the bunch. Clear the hashes. He's going to try it again right up the middle where they were at. They weren't full, and we tried the onside kick. And they're going to have it right at midfield as the big man jumped upon it. Torres recovers it for the Comets, and they'll have it right at midfield. 1st and 10 with 8:07 to go. The Dragons on defense. Strickland at quarterback. There's a set. Going to run, and he's hit and brought down. And right there is Nia Corbin, along with his cousin, Isaac Powell. And I see they're starting to run in some of these younger guys to keep him fresh. Clark Hopma coming in to play some nose guard and a little more agile. And we're looking, so a loss on the play, going to be 2nd down 15. Trips to the top side. You got to watch those little getting the numbers and getting the leverage as they do some things there. One guy blocks, one guy screens. You kind of pick somebody. It's kind of yards after the catch, but they're going to go this side to Walker. Walker completes it. He makes a cut at the middle, and he's hit right there and brought down near the 50-yard line as he crosses, lunges a little forward for a little more yardage. Along with Clark Holtma. The bottom of that, let's see who's getting up. Kiki Berry again, who's been battling cramps, and he is a trooper. Kiki is wanting to play tonight. They're going to give him a little break as he comes over to get some more drink. Bringing JoJo Waters. JoJo getting some playing time tonight for the Dragons. 7:15 and the clock rolling. Trying to set up that little bubble screen there again. Uses athleticism, forced back. Nia Corbin on the stop. 4th down and about 4. 4th and 4 for the Comets. 4th down and 3. Once they get the chain set. Get the ball spotted. This could be a big series here if the Dragons could hold. The Dragons could hold here and be just what the prescription we need filled. Strickland has it. False start against the Comets. That's going to march them back 5. We're at that point in the ball game where I don't think either team has punted. I remember when Joey was being recruited out of high school, and they asked him if he'd ever punted, and they saw he had like a 43-yard average. He said, "Yeah, I punted 4 times in 4 years. We don't punt much." Pass off and away, incomplete. The Dragons have held if there's no flags on the play. So just what we needed. The prescription was filled. And Coach Turley's going to have 6 minutes, 11 seconds, try to run some clock, add some yards, and then add to the score. The Dragons trying to defend the house tonight in their 50-plus game winning streak regular season. And as we work our way in a non-district game, these are 2 of the top teams in the state. This is a playoff atmosphere. It's been nothing but super football. Well coached by both teams. It's been a chess match. Coaches trying this, trying that, take this, take that, make adjustments to see. And we've seen a really, really good quarterback out of Velma Alma. What a young man that he is. But our freshman quarterback has held his own tonight. He's doing nothing but get better every time. And, that's big. Being the Dewar Dragon quarterback and starting as a freshman is a big deal. And I remember my son Joey did it, and you don't do it by yourself. You got help with a great line and a great team and a great coaching staff. Give this time to big Nevin Corbin jumps a man, but he's well enough to get what he needed. And a great block there by Kiki Berry, along with the rest of the front guys there. And the Dragons move the chain with 6 minutes to go. 1st and 10. Coach Stapp and barking orders along with Coach Powell as they signal in the play. The Dragons just need to keep running clock and moving chain and add another score. Kilhoffer going to go again with the big guy. Go with Nevin Corbin straight ahead. Man, he has been the workhorse tonight. He and Kilhoffer both have just been. Peyton, for a freshman, he is a chunk. He's every bit of 6'2", 6'3", and every bit of 2-something. But, man, he's quicker than you think, but he uses his power, uses his body. And, boy, the rollouts, he has been so good on those tonight. The big catches tonight at different times by his receivers. 5 minutes to go as the clock continues to work. We're running some clock a little bit here with our tempo ourselves. And once again, he's going to go back. Why not? Give it to Nevin. Let him work again. And he's going to pick up a yard or 2 right there. We'll give him a yard pickup. It's going to be third down and 6. Call it 3rd down 6 after the spot. Dragons letting the clock run, running it down a little bit. Kilhofer at quarterback. Offset, and Nev Dog moved a little bit. He was set and went forward if he should have. So once again, the Dragons looking at 2 down territory anyway. So what the heck? Third and 11. Third down and 11. So it'll be interesting to see what we call right here as the time continues. The clock 4 minutes when we get this play going. Waiting to see if back judge is doing the signal yet. He hasn't started yet. He is now. Snap this time, give it to CC, trying to get around that side, and he is slung down like a rag doll at the 45-yard line. Lost on the play. That's going to bring up a big 4th down and 20. Charge the timeout to Velma Alma. As they talk it over, we will too. We'll be back with more Dewar Dragon football on Dewar Dragon TV after this. Come out of the timeout, it's going to be see what they're going to do. The Dragons, like I said, have CC down here at the bottom and Nye at the top. Got a little Barry at the setback. They're going to come with Nevin Corbin around this side, try to get something sealed here. He's going to run, he's going to run, he's going to run. Keeps his feet churning as they move him out of up and about. There's a flag. As they were running him out of bounds, the whistle blew. They continued engaged there. They call the personal foul against the Dragons. And it's after the fact. So the field position is going to change. And the field position is going to change. They mark this one off. I don't understand that. They were engaged. Unless there was something that happened under the huddle I couldn't see. But I thought they hit him well after they wouldn't stop on the whistle. So we got called for a personal foul. So the ball is going to march down to the 45-yard line with 3:28 to go. Dragons up 52-40. And we are in a dogfight here the last 3.5 minutes. And this is 8-man football. Anything can happen. After a big turnover, it's automatic. You like to go for broke on the deal. So we're going to try and play a little outside here with Walker down here on CC. He's going to go right at Walker. He throws it the middle, and his pass goes incomplete. JoJo Waters at the safety position was right there. And they were stride for stride with one another, having a little discussion going back to the going back to the maybe he's asking where to eat after the game. I don't know exactly what he's talking there, but there's a little chatter between Bouncing Benny and Walker down here at the bottom. Snap goes Strickland. He's going to take off and run, see if he can be an athlete. Oh, he makes a man miss. He gets around and he takes it out of bounds. Great run. Great play by their quarterback. 3:15 to go. And he gets them down a little closer as it's at the 35-yard line, at the 25-yard line, where they'll be 1st and 10 from the 25. Nice run by Strickland, and like I say, a double threat athlete, and they've got some really good ones here, and they've got some speedsters, and once again, they're a good team. A little swing pass out here, try to get a yak, little hurdle over. He jumped over CC, but I think Nia and the boys cleaned it up. And then Dom Celestine comes over to help. Gain there of about 5. We're going to call it 2nd and 5. Trips to the top. Walker down here by himself. Split here. Oh, he's hemmed in right there. Flag on the play. Big Cade Henderson, along with his little buddy Nia Corbin. And there's a personal foul, or I think it's going to be a hold or a personal foul. It's going to be 3rd down and 12. After the mark off from when they did what they did, it wasn't a personal foul. So it's going to be 3rd down 15. I guess it was a hole where they called it from. Dragons will have to play defense again. Strickland going to set up the screen, and he's met immediately right there. Little CC on the tackle. 4th down and 15. Charge the timeout to the Velma Alma Comets. And the Dragons and the Comets are going to talk this over to 16 to go. The Dragons up 52-40. As we look next week, we'll have the Weber Falls Warriors coming to town. And they are 5-0, off to a hot start themselves. That'll be district action in our district. And that'll be an interesting ball game. They have some really good athletes down there as well, and they've been hitting the weight room. Coach Trent Holt does a great job with Weber Falls. I have some of my good family and friends down there, the Robinsons. Those guys will be playing as the Nation family. Jack Nation, my best buddy in high school, along with Dale Huckabee, but those are Jack's nephews, Pam's kids, and they're like my nephews, and always love to play family in a little football game, and it's always been good. They were at Porham, and they've moved to Weber Falls, so as they come to town, it'd be good to see Pam and the Robinson family, and as they come back to Dr. Ted Lewis Stadium. It comes down to this. It's 4th down and 15, 2:16 to go. The Comets need to get something going here. And it's the big play of the ball game right here as it comes down to Dewar's defense. Man in motion. Strickland has the ball. He's going to take off and try to run. He is sacked again right there. That's tough. So the Dragons on the deal, and I want to say Nevin and Nia Corbin did their thing again. And the Dragons stopped Strickland tonight on that play. Dragons have 2:10 to go, up 12, and this is what we like. Just run the clock out. As Velma Alma will be down to 1 timeout, the Dragons have all 3 of theirs. And as they huddle in, the coaching staff, what a great job that they've done this week in preparation. And it's been this week has been wild. Last Saturday night, I guess we had everything from hail the size of pumpkins to baseballs to whatever that hit. We had all the rain. And for the field to hold up like it has, and then also for us to have to practice and all the work we had to do, also it was regional tournament week. It has just been busy, busy, busy. But the coaching staff did a great job of keeping them focused. Nevin Corbin being the work dog here as they march right ahead. And we're content to run some clock. I'd give them a steady dose of the man, the myth, the legend, which is all Nev Dog Corbin. And, man, what we can't say enough about that line up front. You know, for Dom to be injured, and we had to use some young guys. It's, once again, paid dividends for us. And tonight, for some of these young guys, Clark, Holtma, and for JoJo, and for Faulkner, and some of those guys to get in and play tonight, and Sanford, and some of the other guys that got in tonight, it has been good. Doty, early in the game. I mean, those are things we really needed. It's going to pay dividends. Nevin Corbin's on the loose. He's to the left. He's to the 40-yard line as he's brought down, both hands on the football, and he pretty much drops the last hammer in the coffin there as it's ball on the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 Dragons. And they're not going to get in a big hurry here. And it's appearing that we're going to protect the house once again. One minute 9 and going down. Pepe takes a knee. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 as the clock continues to run. And the all-school reunion weekend is going to be a success as the Dragons are going to take a knee again, and that'll about do it. 25 seconds and countdown. They're going to meet at half the 53-game winning streak at not regular season. Freshman quarterback getting a hug from Coach Stapp. There's Coach Joey, the quarterback coach, hugging the other one. There he is with CC and the boys. As we exchange pleasantries, as we go through the line, they're going to huddle and pray. Wow, what a ball game this was. It lived up to its gill. It was the Squirtle game of the week in 8-man football. Mark Rogers and Dr. Deiselhorst did the game on Squirtle. We had the team from over at Wynnewood doing their ball games tonight. We did ours from Dewar Dragon TV. It's been a great week to be a Dragon. We're so proud of the Lady Dragons and run they had. Came up a little short of the state tournament, but Coach Thomas and his coaching staff, Coach Fletcher, and those guys did a great job, along with Coach Castleberry, with Coach Wallace, and the Flying J, Whitney Jefferson, and they had a great year, 20-win season, won the district, had a chance to get there and didn't work out. Tonight, the Dragons ranked number 2. Take off and beat number 4, 52-40, and that was some just vintage Dewar Dragon football. Smash mouth football on defense. We bend, but we didn't break, and we all pulled together. So tonight the Dragons will be looking towards heading to next game against undefeated Weber Falls Warriors team that comes to town, and it'll be a dandy right here in Dewar as we face them at that time. For Joe Fowler and for Hayden and for Michael Kendall and all of us here at Dewar Dragon TV, it's been a great night here at Alumni Weekend. We're rounded 3rd, and we're headed for home. Bye-bye until the folks' eye. Till next week.